Well, it's a lot of things. First of all, what is it about vintage guitars that make people desire them so much? First of all, it's the sound, and I don't know why this is, but something about the 50s and 60s, the guitars were made more by hand, and maybe the metal alloy they used in the pickups was different. I don't know, but they sound better. And they're more a piece of art. And the other thing that makes them valuable is, only so many of them were made. Like the 59 Les Paul, I think only 600 were made. And when they're gone, so the price goes up. They become more valuable because there's none left. And so it's all those things, but mostly they just sound better and feel better. Every guitar, cheap or expensive, has a sweet spot. And I love guitars. When I tour, even more in the past, I would always go to pawn shops and guitar stores on the day off to see what they have. And you pull something like maybe a cheap K guitar, or Silvertone, some of the cheaper lower line guitars, they have some magical qualities. And what I like about those guitars is if I pick one up and I find a sweet spot on it, there's a song in it, and I immediately hear, okay, this makes a sound my rich guitars don't make, and I can get a song from this. So I'm always thinking of, can this guitar bring me a song? And if I hear a song in it, I'll buy it, And some of my cheaper guitars are some of my favorite ones for that reason. The Heartbreakers had a couple of incidents over the years where we had our guitars stolen. There was one time we were at Universal, and at that time I didn't have that many guitars. I had 4 or 5 guitars, and they were my workhorses, and they were stolen out of our rehearsal room. And we were heartbroken, and we were stuck because we were getting ready to go on tour, and Norm loaned us some guitars. It turns out, thank God, the guy that stole them was an idiot. It was an inside job. He was a friend of a security guy. He took them just 2 blocks up the street to the pawn shop and tried to sell them. So we got them back. And that happened again to us later in life over in town. We were rehearsing somewhere, and once again, an inside job. A guy stole them and tried to pawn them. But I've always gotten them back, fortunately.